أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على الأشرف الأنبياء والسيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم اجعلنا رحمة للعالمين وتم مكارم الأخلاق، ونخرج خلقا من الظلمات إلى النور، ونغفر للذين لا يرجون أيام الله ليجزيهم الله بما كانوا يعملون أو يتوب عليهم. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا واصلح ذات بيننا واخرجنا من الظلمات إلى النور. اللهم اقسم لنا من خشيتك ما تحول به بيننا وبين معاصيك، ومن طاعتك ما تبلغ به جنتك، ومن اليقين ما تهون علينا به مصائب الدنيا. اللهم متعنا بأبصارنا واسمعنا وقواتنا دائما أبدا ما أحييتنا، واجعله الوارث منا، واجعل ثارنا على من ظلمنا، وانصرنا على من عادانا، ولا تجعل مصيبتنا في ديننا، ولا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا، واجعل مصيرنا إلى رضوانك والجنة وليس إلى سخطك والنار، ولا تسلط علينا بذنوبنا من لا يخافك فينا ولا يخشاك ولا يرحمنا. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. This is chapter 9 from Between Heaven and Earth, and it's speaking about homeopathic medicine. It speaks about performance medicine, about using our mind, our heart, our body as a healing mechanism, using the environment, certain types of food, certain types of exercises, and medical sciences in order to advance our own strength and well-being indefinitely. And this is a book written by doctors, written by scientists who study the body, the mind, the heart, the physiology, the anatomy of each individual person, and the interconnectedness between our experiences and our physiology and anatomy, or in some cases mind and soul and body. This chapter is entitled Fire, and this was early pattern finding of character types or archetypes or behavioral types, and how to hone in on that and to create energy, or to create calm, or to create rest and sakina. That word is used in Arabic as well, or mu'min al-qawi, a strength for believers. Do you not see that you and I are the branches of one tree? With rejoicing arrives laughter, with sadness starts tears. Love, could life be otherwise with you and me? So this is an ancient dynasty writing regarding the effects of love and laughter, sadness and tears, and our shared human experience in these areas. This says, dazzling is fire, trembling, exciting, all embracing. Summer, the time when plants and creatures develop to their fullest potentials. This marks the ascendance of power of fire. Summer conjures up a sense of splendor, a sense of fulfillment as we stretch to the limits of our capacity. A brilliant sun climbs to the zenith over magnolias amidst the hum of bees that are buzzing everywhere. In summer, yan is the dominant type. Light, warmth, activity, interaction are at the peak. Fire, like summer, is expansive, radiant, outgoing, and warm. As the sun accelerates the life streams of the earth, the heart squeezes the living juices of the blood through the vessels, and the body is awoken with mindfulness. Kidneys and hearts are like two ends of rainbow, distinct and unfathomable, drawing between them multicolored spectrums of luminous ribbons to our own core and being. These dimensions are bounded on one end by water and on the other end by fire. Fire represents the universal and enveloping space into which we grow and begin to expand. As water determines our longevity, the ability to survive and thrive, our truest essence, fire determines our breadth and scope and ability to explore and enjoy the bounties that God has created. Water is the seed and the root. Fire is like the flower and like the fruits. And this association of water is with the subconscious, primal forces of nature, where life emanates and thrives. Whereas Apollo, the ancient legends and stories of Greek gods from the sun, fire symbolizes wakefulness and the development of wisdom and compassion. This relationship is between water and fire, and this is expressed by a poem that someone wrote regarding mysticism. Situated between the poles on our journey through the spherical vortex, we see at either end our source and our goal. Our source, in this case being water, our goal is to thrive through the fire. We are pulled in both directions, sense the longing from the very beginning, and our moment of being delivered from the watery womb into the fiery earth. It is as its counterpart in the passionate longing for the mystic union with God, our source. Fusion is the organizing principle of this wizard, and this is an archetype, again, behavioral types, not literalism. Fusion is the organizing principle for the wizard who seeks to imbue the mundane with the extraordinary, merging human aspirations with divine purpose. Just as fire, which is love, unites males and females to form new life, the wizard wields a miraculous power to overcome separation by wielding divergent elements into one. Excitement and enthusiasm generate the heat required for fusion and reaction to occur. Tremendous catalytic energy brings transformative power of light, love, awareness into each person and into the world. Persuasive and enchanting. Wizards, again, archetypes, behavioral tendencies of people, are natural salespeople, selling not so much the product itself as the experience of this instrumental sense of the world and unity between all elements. A veritable talisman. This endows us with the power to transcend our ordinary existence and to create extraordinary results. This quote-unquote magic, however, is in the wizard, not in the merchandise. When an awesome person has dreams and they vanish, this remarkable person can open up the dreams and make them new and whole again. A practical device, we are never dissatisfied and we are never disappointed. The very experience of astonishment and joy that this quote-unquote behavioral archetype provides inspires us all and helps to bring happiness, gladness into our soul. Personal magnetism and the gift of expression, this person can assemble groups of individuals into one body, meaning different behavioral archetypes into a single understanding of what ignites our soul with love and warmth and kindness. Through this marriage with the hearts and minds of others, we realize virtues of our own humanity. So this is an exemplar of fire. Again, these are archetypes at their best, or what they have documented over time. Affectionate and expressive, this person lives with a great sense of humor, a jovial, optimistic attitude, a generosity of spirit and action. This person is concerned about the happiness of those in their life. This is because of their openness. It is easy for this person to involve himself with the needs and desires of others, including friends, family, and especially strangers who may not be prone to this type of archetype. This person is imaginative, articulate, has a passion for contact through touch and through conversation. This person is a great orator, teacher, because of their capacity to inspire people through speaking. Through this capacity of communication, they reach out to people and easily make friends and strong relationships. This person lives just below the surface. Their thoughts and feelings are readily exposed. They wear their heart on their sleeve. And they have a rich inner life that is easily affected by the joys or tragedies of others, i.e., empath. If someone is an empath, they may have a sense of how others feel in their own body. This person is ready to access their own intuition and often consider friends to be like mind readers because they have a sense of what is happening without being told. They scan the world like an antenna, using intelligence, receiving and integrating a plethora of information, and getting a sense of the impressions of others around them. Constantly responding to these types of stimuli, they may appear to quiver like a hummingbird, simultaneously motionless and vibrating. They are rosy, filled with energy, and complexion shining, with eyes that observe and process the world around them. They are glowing with energy and warmth. They easily attract the attentions of others. They're imbued with hot, bright, magnetic qualities of a fiery archetype. They can be awesome and seductive as performers and leaders. The power of fire to inflame and transform is charismatic, and it stirs yearning for transcendence beyond the mundane. Playful and demonstrative, this person showers their family with gifts or feelings and attention, and they are in love with being around this person. However, they are often not settled at home, and there is something more engaging going on somewhere else. This type of personality may have plenty of interaction to recognize and stimulate their contact. However, they thrive on intimacy and pleasure and relish in the gamut of experiences and sensations. They may seem like an insatiable person, and this is not selfish with their pleasure. They are freely exhibiting their own delight and have a tendency to love sharing this type of happiness and joy and wonder with others. These types of archetypes or people who fall into the fire personality have trouble insulating themselves from a barrage of external influences. Their powers of discrimination and discernment may become overloaded, resulting in some type of confusions or anxieties due to the types of people who are not of a unifying mindset. Sometimes they cannot separate thoughts or feelings, and they may feel stress or nervous due to the empathetic antennas that pick up on others' sense of unbridled intensity or ugliness in character. Fire is blazing too fiercely, it can burn out its own source. They may become overexcited or overextended, and then they look to slow themselves down, and this may, in physiological and in anatomical science, say they may obtain an inability to rest, sleep, or replenish their resources. They may hit their capacity through their heart, through cramps, through enlargement, and they may find that this is a way to have the body respond by saying to turn down the heat of their fire, and they will still glow with warmth and intimacy, or in certain cases, they may fall into isolation or melancholy. And this science says for fire to regenerate joy and fulfillment, it must contain itself to not be overwhelmed by sensory experiences of others who may create overexcitement or overextension in things they have no power or ability to bring unity to. This person gives and demands a lot. Their friends, family, and associates may feel they become fuel for their need or desires. Because of charm, it is easy for people to become a part of this exhilarating world. They are attracted to brightness like moths to a flame. When this person burns out, they may leave a trail of emptiness or exhausted people who have given everything to their Hector, they call it here Hector or fire archetype. Peacefulness and spirit of tranquility of mind are the hallmarks of harmonious working of the heart. When the heart is disturbed by confusion and suddenly shifts of reality, it can and may become unable to maintain calmness, clarity, and it may obtain feelings if it is not managed well or contained, as they say here, create anxiety, agitation, or fearfulness. Lucidity or security becomes turbid, and it may lead to dread among those who cannot manage their emotions or emotional intelligence. Compassion becomes sentimentality. Speech and expression becomes exaggerated, losing meaning and or relevance. Senseless babbling and disjointed thoughts may become a sense of disorientation and spirit, whereas the assembling of water type takes the form of contraction, shrinking of the self through isolation, through devotion, through diminution. The dissembling of the fire type takes the form of dissolution of the self through merging the inner and outer worlds. There is a loss of identity and the faculty to discriminate between self and others. If or when fire is vigorous and contained, this person, archetype, Hector is what they name it, is able to weather the stresses of success or failure, gains and or losses with relative equanimity, maintaining the individuality and relationship. So they mention water as being constricting and fire as being expansive, and those who master the science of fire as being joyful and filling the lives of others with a wonderful experience, and water as being calming and constricting, and the ability to temper, in certain terms, temper the exuberance to be grounded within reality, not to be overly consumed by their own antennas or misunderstandings or overexcitedness. It is a wonderful type of archetype. It is not something that is negative or positive. However, the reality of the science states that water and fire are absolute necessities in order to obtain a successful environment or a successful behavioral archetype that loves every moment of their life and also is able to rest or find solace in devotion, solitude, and normal life experiences. And as a believing person, God mentions it in Sujas that He could have created a day that is everlasting or a night that is everlasting, and that is not something that is conducive for our most healthy way of experience the world. So to remember that is that we have to understand, even in Surat Yasin, God said, I am the one who allowed fire to have certain physical qualities that provides warmth, that provides heat, that allows us to cook food. And he also created the world to be wielded by us successfully. اللهم سخر لنا ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وأسبغ علينا نعمك ظاهرا وباطنا. Ameen. O Lord, please continue to ennoble us through allowing the world to be at our beck and call, so that we use it for your grace and for your glory, and so that we celebrate your name and attribute gratitude eternally to what you have provided for us, and help us to be our best self through these qualities of fire or water or earth or metals and other experiences that we know to be true. May God give us joy and restfulness. May God give us strength and the ability to recognize God's strength and wealth above all other strength and wealth. أنتم الفقراء إلى الله. We are all impoverished before God, interdependent on one another, and strong and ennobled by ikram. We are ennobled and graced with this responsibility. I pray that God allows us to succeed in every moment of our life with كل الحركات والسكنات والإرادات والخطرات. Ameen. May Allah accept these simple words, but it is a reminder, and that is what good people do. We remind one another, we teach one another, we love one another, and we are fire and water in the right proportion, in the right way, as we find that يعلم مستقرها ومستودعها كل في كتاب مبين. Proportionality is important when we discuss these types of sciences. May Allah accept it and allow us to discover and to live a joyful, wonderful, soulful, calm, devoted life, and in a wonderful way, and to enjoy every moment. Assalamu alaikum.